All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live right here at the end zone. Big shout out to our sponsors tonight, right here in the end zone. Dr. and Mr. and Mrs. Evans for allowing us this platform here at the end zone. Big shout out to Mr. Travis Carswell in the Carswell agency. We definitely in good hands with Allstate. My man, Coach Carswell, is definitely sponsoring us tonight. We're right here with podcast number 2 at the end zone. I'm joined by the one and only Coach Reco Newton. Coach Newton.
How you doing? How you doing?
All right, Coach Newton in the building. We got a special guest, class of 2000 in the building, Mr. Kneeka Willis. All right, he said Poker Nation. And we got in the middle, we got Coach Smith. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we think he represents Loachapoka, but we know he got that Blue Devil blood in his heart, so we ain't gonna give him a hard time yet. And right next to him, we got the one and only Poker Pride, okay. And right next to Coach Smith, we got the one and only Coach Jones representing Notasulga, head football coach. What's up? We got the tank in the building. I ain't talking about no limit soldiers either, baby. We got the tank. Don't worry, when I edit this video, we'll go put it in there. Hey, I'm glad. I hope our listeners out here, this the one and only AW, Principal Weeding, whatever you want to call me, baby, right here at the end zone. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to promote this big football game that we have on Friday night, the one and only Battle of Highway 14. We're going to start out by just each coach telling us and each player letting us know what the Battle of Highway 14 means to them. We're going to start with our special guest right here, Mr. Willis in the building. Can you tell him, Mr. Willis, what does the Battle of Highway 14 mean to you?
Battle of Highway 14 is family. Man, well, first and foremost, is family. No matter you from Poker, no matter you from Notasulga, all down, come down to family. When we put them all pads in the helmets on, no more family, no more family. Baby. It's about winning the game and moving on to the next one. Come on.
I hear you. He said it's about winning. Lately now, we've been struggling over here, Mr. Willis. We had one in a while. Can you tell me what you expect to see out of the football team tomorrow night?
Oh man. Dang, I don't want to do you bad. You're a farmer, man. You're a farmer.
It ain't never another personal right here on the Straight Arrow News, Poker Pride Network, baby. It's never personal.
But I see about 30 to 3.
Okay, 30 to 3. Okay. We're gonna move on to the person who has 2 different bloods running through his heart right now. That would be Coach Smith. He has some blue devil blood. He got some poker blood, now the Indian blood. Coach Smith, can you tell me back in the day, what does the Battle of Highway 14 mean to you, sir?
I want to elaborate on the first question. What does it mean? I think you play Loachapoka versus Notasulga, it's something that is way down the lines. All of us are adults now, and we talk about our previous battles with Loachapoka when I was at Loachapoka. So, now being where you at Loachapoka and a coach, it actually takes on more of an importance, because now I get a chance to see both sides. Loachapoka community has gave me open arms, and they always throw the little Notasulga jab in there. But to really be honest with you, I expect this game to probably be one of the biggest games pretty much ever last 10, 15 years as far as ticket number goes. So, I'm very, very excited to see what the possibility and the outcome is going to be tomorrow. I know that both teams are prepared, especially our Indians. So, just speaking on both sides, it's still the poker way, baby.
All right, the poker way. Okay, we're gonna go next to the head football coach at Notasulga High School with the principal assistant Hooks. Can you tell me, Coach Jones, what does this Battle of Highway 14 mean to you? And we know you don't want the last, but about 8, 9, coach at least.
I don't keep a account with it. We just play the game as it's on the schedule every year. One of the biggest games of my career. Also being a player and a coach in it means a lot to me. To me, it's one of the best, probably the best in small ball. The Battle Highway 14, man, is trash talking starting from that Monday all the way to the end to that Friday night. But it's good, hosting fun. If you're an adult and a mature adult of that, you don't take it to the heart. It's just good trash talking. Like I said, we don't grow up with each other. we've been around each other since we were kids, from playing junior high to high school to now, being involved coaching and being back in the community. It means a lot to me. So I always have that game, Highway 14 circle in my calendar every year.
Hey, that's great to get a perspective from the coach, and he also was a former Blue Devil himself. So that's a great perspective to put it. Coach Newton, what do you have to say? What does it mean to battle Highway 14?
I've been a part of this battle for the last 3 years, and man, it's a great rivalry. Small knit community. Both programs have very good pride in their sports program. So I mean, when you get that right there, and great community, good community support, it always tends to be a great rivalry in the area. So I'm excited about the rivalry each and every year. Like Coach Jones always mark this game here and look forward to it. I've been on the losing end of the stick for the last 3 to 4 years. So we're looking to change that around tomorrow.
All right. Hey, I had to give it to you, Coach. I've been on losing end of this thing for 5 years. So I got more losses than you, my friend. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Just gonna give everybody, all the listeners, just a little bit of history about the Battle of Highway 14. It started back in 1975, ladies and gentlemen. That's when it started. I know I've lost 5 years in a row as the principal, and we're looking forward to this 49th meeting of Loachapoka High School and Notasulga High School. It's going to be a great rivalry. Both schools are only 6 miles apart on Highway 14. So just give me a little history lesson. And I guess 5 years ago, Coach Jones, we started getting a trophy, and the Battle of Highway 14 trophy right there, listeners and viewers, if you see it, is right there on the podium. I haven't touched it.
I haven't either.
Okay.
Coach Jones only bring it over here on Thursday nights to me so I can take it to the school. So we're looking forward to Friday night being able to pick that trophy just one time, Coach Jones. I know you. So we're looking forward to Friday night. And it's history that the opposing principal, whoever loses the game, has to go and present the trophy at center field for the winning team. And I'm looking forward to being on the winning team on Friday night. But Coach Jones, can you tell me, what does it mean to hold that trophy up, and what does it mean to your kids? Because I've presented to them 5 years in a row, and I can just see the passion in their eyes when we give it to them.
Well, they work hard for it. They working hard now. They want it back. And like I told them, you got to work for it, you got to earn it. I mean, it's a good team on the other side. Got a great coach, great staff, community supports them, administrator supports them. So they want it too. They hungry, but we hungry as well. And just because it's been with us, we want it to stay with us. So we have to do what we got to do to try to keep it with us. Hopefully we show up tomorrow night and prove that point that it should go back down 14 with us.
Okay, great. Right now, this time we want to take a moment again to thank our sponsors right here at the Endzone, Dr. Mr. and Mrs. Evans, for sponsoring this event for us tonight, this podcast, and also the Travis Carswell Group agency. We're in good hands with Allstate. We're going to shift gears a little bit right now. I want to talk about Coach Newton and your football team right now. You're 4-0. You're going into the biggest game of the season, in my opinion. What are you telling your kids every day about? Is it the next game up? Is the 1-0 mentality? Just tell us what is it? This poker way? Explain to us, what are you telling your kids going into this game here?
And the main thing I'm telling my kids is don't fall for the trap. Don't look at the records. Don't look at the records. Don't look at their record. Don't look at our record. Don't look at the rankings. The rankings came out. I woke up Monday or Tuesday, the rankings came out. Man, I was so mad about that. I was like, man, they picked the wrong time to rank us number 10.
Coach's nightmare rank.
A bulletin board opportunity for Coach Jones to put on the bulletin board. Oh, they number 10. Oh, they did. I said, oh man. But the main thing I'm telling the kids, man, is don't fall for the trap. We always know every rivalry game, you just come into a rivalry game, no matter what your record is. Hey, it's a game. Both teams gonna play hard. Both teams gonna play hard. So don't fall for that thing where you 5-0 and they, whatever their record is, don't fall for that. Go out, play hard, enjoy the moment. These you are forming memories. They're gonna last a lifetime. So you want to form great memories. And like I said, it's a small community. Some of our kids related, go to church together, and all that kind of thing right there. So it's just a good opportunity, for the kids to get out and compete and be able to wake up Saturday morning at the barbershop and talk about it, and Sunday morning at church and talk about the game and what happened. Look forward to the next 65 days till we get to play each other again.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Coach, about that Saturday morning getting to wake up. I can have memories about me when I played Friday night football and in the sport I played, going to the barbershop that next day. I think it's a point of emphasis. It's good sportsmanship. No matter who wins the game, the community still stays together and backs one another. So that's always a good thing. We're going to talk to Mr. Willis right now. Mr. Willis, can you tell us tell us going into this game and this week when you played back in 2000, tell us what your coach said, you know, like what did he get to say to motivate y'all and get y'all ready for this big game?
Coach Tate, he was a different type of fella, man.
Coach Tate, the Hall of Fame Coach Tate.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame Coach Tate, he was a different type of fella. He's pretty much spoke the same thing Coach Newton. Don't fall for the trap, throw all records out the door. This poker, this Notasulga. Y'all friends, everybody friends with each other. But at the same time, we gotta play a game. Coach Tate, he was a big guy, man. He kept everything in a box, kept everything together. We moved as one, we stayed as one, you know what I mean? And he was, and it wasn't a lot of talking. And like I was telling Coach earlier, with me going into the Notasulga game, I was a big guy about being locked in all the time. And I really didn't get into the rivalry type thing, because I was locked in on what I gotta do, what we gotta do to get better. Even though we playing Notasulga at the same time, we gotta get better.
Right. That's a good way to look at it. Coach Tate, for those who don't know, used to be the Loachapoka head football coach, athletic director. He's in the Alabama High School Hall of Fame, great guy. And we love Coach Tate. And you know, he's a great Hall of Fame coach, and he won a lot of football games at Loachapoka High School. Hence, that's why the field is named after him, Jones Tate Field. So big shout out to Coach Tate, and looking forward to seeing him at the game Friday night.
This guy here, man, he reminds me so much of him. That's why I cling to him, man. He's a good guy. He's a different type of fella. He love the game.
That's what I'm talking about, the love for the game. Yeah, we're gonna move on right now to Coach Smith. Coach Smith, we want to just hear your perspective of what you think about the rivalry and give us some inside scoop on some of the fans and people that's involved. You know, I call them the Facebook people. Let us know about the people that's on Facebook talking about the game, and because we're gonna post it to y'all Facebook folks. We're gonna post it so y'all can talk about it and get ready for that big game on tomorrow night.
I'm gonna start with going to I went to Mount Pelier. And let's start with Monday, social media. I don't know who started, but the last time I checked, it was about 300 comments on one thread. And they were just going back and forth. But to be honest with you, I've never seen this much excitement about this game so many years. It's a great thing. And I think that a lot of people are gunning for us being over in as far as our ranking. And, you know, people are reliving their past. You know, so every time you play a game, it's part of history. The families, you know, there are so many cousins that are related in Loachapoka and Poka. Loachapoka and Notasulga. It's like, man, you know, it really just don't never stop. So that's some of the things I've seen from a social media standpoint. From a community standpoint, I see that both communities, they find one time a year to grow stronger. In this game, and you often find that the communities can actually grow or past this particular game when this rivalry ensues, because it brings so many people out. And I just want to put this on the record. Like, I think we can get probably 600 plus fans this year, because it's just that time. You know, you can't call it a rivalry if you're not coming out, and nobody should be at home.
So that's a challenge to the fans, and they need to be there. And be there early.
Both sides. We got a community pep rally. You know, I never heard of that. Thank you, Mr. I never heard of a community pep rally. That means things be live all day. You know, so especially coming to Tate Jones Field. So that's a challenge to both communities. You know, everybody know the game start at 7. Don't get there at 7. You're gonna be in a long line. Yeah, exactly. So, matter of fact, don't do that. You already know we got parking strategically in place. I mean, we're gonna have the grills going. We're gonna have the music going. We're gonna have a great atmosphere. Got the best officiating crew coming in. Ain't no cheating going on both sides. Let's go ahead and spell that theory right now. All right.
From the Facebook folks, huh?
Yeah, because they're undefeated as well. So, and let me add this too. I'm gonna end on this. When one team call a play, the other team call a play. Everybody always has something to say after the fact. So let's bring it on. Loachapoka.
Hey, hindsight 2020. I'm glad Coach Smith mentioned that about the tailgate. We have a community pep rally going on tomorrow, starting at 1:30 at Loachapoka High School. So all the community can come out and support the team at a big pep rally at the football stadium at Jones Tate Field. That's going to be an awesome, exciting adventure. We welcoming all you all to come out. We're going to have a lot of food. Like Coach said, we're going to have the grills fired up. And immediately after that, at 3 o'clock, you reserve your tailgate spot. Loachapoka High School is not charging anyone for a tailgate spot. You come in, put your tents up so you can get started. Gates will open up at 5:30 for the game. We're going to have 2 lines, one for the home team, one for the visiting team. Come on out, ladies and gentlemen, and support both teams, the Notasulga Blue Devils and Loachapoka Indians in the Battle of Highway 14. One more time, I want to thank our sponsors, Dr. and Mrs. Evans, for allowing us to use this platform, the Endzone, and also the wings you see Coach Smith eating. I know all the rest of the coaches ready to get their food right now. They got them wings from the Endzone. Got to make sure y'all check them out. They the top-notch wings right here in Auburn, Alabama, in the Lee County area. So make sure you get those wings. Also, big shout out to our sponsor, Coach Travis Carswell and the Carswell Agency. We're in good hands right here in Allstate. You live in the Endzone. I'm your host right now, AW Principal Whedon. We're right here live on the Poker Pride Network, Straight Arrow News. We got a couple more questions before we let these guys get out of here and get something to eat. And at this time right now, this is the last testimony here, coaches, going into the game. Can you just give us an idea, Coach Jones, of like, what are you going to say to your kids, in that locker room before that game starts? We know the theory is, you show up dressed and get off the bus and play. I've seen you do this now. You don't have to tell me if you're going to do it or not, but if you want to let the listeners know, like, what's going to go into that speech and, right before that game starts, or is it just all business? Talk to me.
Well, it's just like your guest speaker, Mr. Willis said, they're not giving us a chance. Nobody's giving us a chance. We 0-3. This is my first time being 0-3 as a head football coach. I'm taking this in a different way. But like I said, this week has been different. I've been a real butthole this week, a real one. And like I said, I don't care if you don't like me. But in the words of Coach Newton over there, if you hate me, you're going to hate the other team worse, right? So that's my theory right now. It's just us. We have T-shirts. We all we got. It's always just us. It's no Notasulga against the world. So right now, that's how we feel. People don't wrote us off. But we here to show them different. We'll show up and play Friday.
And that's what I'm talking about, folks. I know y'all hear that passion in Coach Jones' voice. That's what makes him such a great coach. Like he said, he coming into the game 0-3 the first time in his coaching career. So I know it's personal, Coach. I've been in that role before, but I want to make sure the listeners understand, especially the Notasulga Blue Devils, the family, coaches, players, and the community understand that they got a great coach. He does a great job with this program. Not just football, Coach. You support all the athletics there at the school. I see it at all the sports. So I know them Blue Devils going to come to play. I'm looking forward to seeing a great epic battle of Highway 14 at Jones Tate Field, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, Coach Newton, can you tell us just a little bit, about what's going to go into this game for you, and your players when they go into this battle of Highway 14?
Well, AW, thing is, like I told my kids all week, we ain't falling for the trap. We ain't falling for the sweet talk. Coach Jones just gave you the sweet talk. He just told you about his 0-3 record. He just told you about they the team that ain't looking for the win. He just told you all that right there. So I'm gonna tell you on the other end. Yes, they are 0-3, but that doesn't matter. This is the battle of Highway 14. So I'm telling these are the words I'm telling my kids. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Still gotta play the game. You can't talk this game. You can't play this game on social media. You gotta play this game. This game is gonna be kicked off at 7 o'clock. So my thing is we've been holding everything inside. All the social media stuff, everything else is holding inside. When that ball kicked off, you let out everything that you've been holding inside Friday at 7 o'clock. Let it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from Coach Reco Newton, Loachapoka football head football coach. And you can see he's not falling for the trap, as he says. It's coming from him. Like he said, he's not falling for the trap. So it's going to be a great game. Coach Newton, you do a lot for the community, man. I sure hope the Loachapoka Indian family know how much you're valued in our community. And,
Also, one more thing.
Go ahead, Coach.
We'll be celebrating the team from 2004. Team 2004. Coach Tate was the head coach there also that year. They had a 10-0 perfect season and went to the third round of playoffs. So we celebrate them. My main thing is those guys had a great year, had a great career. We want to recognize those guys right now. So we're going to recognize them before the game, call them out, let them, meet the crowd, that kind of thing right there. I'm going to give them a little certificate award also before the game. So we're doing those festivities before the game. You know, they say give them flowers while I can still smell them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's the thing we want to do for them. Those great guys, you know, like Mr. Willis, he'll come around, support, you know, gonna be a call every now and then, coach. You know, good job. Keep going. When I went in this predicament, and when I wasn't 5-0,
Right.
you know, this guy here was calling me, hey coach, hey man, just hang in there. Just hang in there, keep it going. So, you know, it's great to have guys like that around and guys that live in the community. So we're gonna recognize those guys tomorrow before the game.
Okay, that's a good deal there. What year you said, Coach?
2004.
The 2014, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to Coach Tate in the undefeated regular season, 3rd round in the playoffs. Coach Tate, 2014 will be recognized right before kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you get there early. We should start that ceremony about 6:45, go right into the captain's meeting, introduce our special guests, because we hope we're going to have some special guests going to be coming to the game also with that 2014. We're looking forward to having Alabama High School athletic director, Mr. Executive Director, Mr. Alvin Briggs, hopefully will be in attendance for the game. So it's going to be a great atmosphere come in. They're going to be followed by the band and the national anthem. And hey, it's going to be kicking off with playing football. I've got 2 more gentlemen. I got to hear one more thing at least from a man, Mr. Willis. All right. You played in the game. We know you won some of the games. Did you ever lose a Highway Battle 14 game?
Oh, 2 Highway 14 battles. That was my junior year and my senior year.
Okay, so you lost 2. So this perspective is kind of different because I watched the last 5 years, both teams, when they played the winning team, and I've seen the losing team. So tell us how important it is to show good sportsmanship, no matter what, after that game is over with, because it's a close-knit community, we're 6 miles apart. Talk to us a little bit about, all right, the losing end of it and the winning side of it, as far as the sportsmanship is concerned.
It's on the, because I won freshman and sophomore year. So the winning side is, hey, it's winning. Losing, hey, nobody wants to lose, but it's a part of the game also.
Yes.
Some of the guys on our team and some of the guys on the Notasulga team. We dated girls in different neighborhoods, and we hung out in different neighborhoods to Notasulga. Some of the Polk guys hung out in Notasulga. Some of the Notasulga guys hung out in Polk, and that really kind of brought us together. Cause I keep my calm with my players to, but I hang out with these guys,
Right.
We don't need that. We don't want that, because at the end of the day, it's just a game.
It's just a game. You're exactly right about that,
Just a
Mr.
game.
Willis. And the moral of the story, we all family.
Yeah,
And I know Coach Newton has a great family orientation with his players, and the same with Coach Jones. All right, Coach Smith, last question of the night, baby. You're gonna have to let us know right here live on the Poker Pride Network, Straight Hour News podcast. We right here live at the Endzone. Who you picking, Coach Smith? Is it gonna be Notasulga, where you went to school? You went to school there? You graduated there? You're always on the Facebook with the Notasulga people. That's your people now.
Correct.
Or will it be Loachapoka High School, where you currently is employed right now? So what is going to be, Coach Smith?
Think about it.
It's only one way, the poker way. Ain't nothing else to think about. Yeah,
That was a little
yeah,
that was a little too
It's
soft,
only one
Coach Smith.
way.
Can we get
It's
you
only
another line?
one way, the poker way. Nothing else to think about it, baby. Nothing else to think about it. All
Well-
my kinfolk know they are like, this thing is, he don't experience this right here. I had to go right back to the neighborhood every day. These folks have, not these folks, but like my folks, my neighbors, relatives, friends, they pass by my house blowing their horn. Sometimes they just pull in my yard, man. Hey, oh, you got on red today, don't you? Yeah, I got on red almost every other day. Like, what we talking about? Hey, this is what it's gonna be now. So just make sure you're ready. Make sure y'all ready. That's all I need y'all to do. Okay, don't worry about what we got to do. But it's a friendly rivalry. I mean, it's a great thing. I absolutely love that.
So, in clarification, just for the listeners and the Facebook people, who's going to win the game, sir? Loachapoka or Notasulga?
It's only one way, the poker way.
Notasulga, who?
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live
Hey, no,
right
I
here.
got something to add. No, I got something to add.
They don't want it to end, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to make sure that the #1 fans from both schools are at this game tomorrow. That's what I want to make sure. They already know who I'm talking about.
We ain't calling out no names, but fans from both sides, please get there early. Come out and have a good time. We're trying to break all the records of most attended at Jones Tate Field. Well, what an honor will it be to do that in front of the 2014 that went undefeated. Well, hey, I'm AW Principal Whedon right here at the Straight Arrow News Poker Pride Network. Once again, shout out to our sponsors, Dr. Mrs. and Mr. Evans, and also the Travis Carswell Agency. We're in good hands with Allstate. This is podcast number 2. We're looking forward to doing number 3 for homecoming as we come back and celebrate all the classes on October the 21st for homecoming. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for what you do for all our schools and all our communities in Notasulga and also in Loachapoka. We wouldn't be who we are without you fans and the community members and stakeholders who make sure that we can do everything we can to have for our student athletes at both schools in Macon County and Lee County. Hey, once again, thank you all, and we'll see you at the game Friday night. One love.